Hey guys, today we have books. This is my first in the resources posting. I have a detailed listing up on the Wordpress site, but I wanted to go through these quickly. If I only had 2 books to recommend to beginners, they would be some of Buckland's standards. If you're not familiar with Raymond Buckland, you should be, because he's awesome. So you can tell I have literally reams of post-it notes noting basic resources from this one. And I know all the mediums are like, I'm not a witch, I just want to do mediumship. This isn't about witchcraft, okay? Hold your horses. Don't holler at me there, alright? Wait till you see the contents for this. Now this is probably an older one, but, okay. History. Talk about persecution. We should all know our history regardless, okay? Blah, 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 blah. Get to the fun stuff. Okay. Meditation, dreams, and Sabbats. Interesting stuff. Alright. Divination, herbalism, magic. It goes into colors. The power of the written word, my favorite. I love languages everywhere. Healing, okay, getting set up. And then all the appendixes. And each chapter actually has like a little quiz at the end or things for you to think about, which is really, really cool to get your brain pumping and your energy moving when you're learning about all these new things. And this is basically a stepping stone. So you can say, okay, I'm really not into this magic thing, I'm not really interested in magic, but I'm super interested in healing and stones, and this gives you some resources that you can go from here to other interesting things. So this is really great. Again, that is the complete guide to witchcraft. The second standard, Buckland's again, book of spirit communication. Now, for someone that is experienced in mediumship and has read a lot beforehand, this is kind of bland. No offense, Mr. Buckland, you're awesome, we love you. However, this has a tremendous amount of history, which I really think is super, super important. It also goes into a few exercises. Again, it has little questions and kind of homework things to do after each chapter. But one of the things I like the most is Appendix A. I know you can't read that at all, but Appendix A is all about fraudulent practices. And one of the things that I'm huge about is being able to pick out a fraud. Because if you're the real deal, obviously, you don't want to be a fake. So being able to pick out fake things and molding yourself to not be like that, obviously, is super important to me, at least. Hopefully to you guys, too. One of my oldie but goodies, this is probably like one of my first books. Awakening Your Psychic Powers. It's from the Casey group, but Henry Reed wrote it. It's actually kind of long, really tiny print. Done in 1988. It's still really good. Classic writing. He writes it like a really good story. But a lot of really mind-expanding topics. Soul is memory. Let's see what else we got. Book of Revelation, the biblical theory of chakras. I mean, there's just all sorts of really neat ideas in this one. So I don't even know if it's still published, but if you can get a hold of this, it is absolutely a great one to have in your library. And then 2 of my favorites, which are not mediumship or spiritually related at all, are my Peterson guides. Why? Well, for several reasons. First off, I had spirits sending me pictures about plants. So I would say to my client, did your grandmother have yellow flowers? And they'd be like, yeah. Well, what kind of yellow flowers? As someone who is an evidence-based medium, it's important for me to be able to be like, okay, so your grandmother showed me a picture of zinnias on her front porch. Did she grow yellow zinnias in spring? And they would be like, yes, oh, I remember that, blah, blah, we have pictures of that. Okay, great, that's what I want. All right, so this is all about the beginning of learning about things. Edible wild plants, because around here we have raspberries and all sorts of berries that grow wild. We want to make sure we're not going to poison ourselves. And medicinal plants and herbs, because herbs especially have background meanings, lots and lots of background meanings. And if you don't know what it is, or if you want something to, if you want a symbol to represent something in your own psychic vocabulary, it's fun to pick one. So, for instance, you pick sage, and that means, oh Christ, I don't know, cleaning. I'll just go with cleaning, right? Sage is cleaning house. So if a spirit would come to you with a picture of sage or the smell of sage, then you'd be like, okay, I know what that means. I've assigned that a meaning. This is what this means to me. You tell your client. So yeah, some really cool stuff. The 2 Peterson guides, just something different to get you outside and get you moving around and looking around in nature. Awakening your psychic powers, because who can resist a title like that? Yeah, one of my first. And then Buckland's. He has some really, really amazing books. Talk about someone who's written a lot. A lot. But these are fantastic basics. These are literally guidebooks. Question and answer. I'm pretty sure he still has the websites up for these. But man, these are great. We love him. So if you have any questions or any resources for beginners, specifically for beginners, leave them in the comments. Email me with any questions or post up on Facebook. All right, have a great day.